What's up Orlandoods, it's Mark here from tiny4x4.com, and today we're doing an unboxing of the Orlandoo Hunter OH32N01 kit. Many thanks to Orlandoo Hunter for providing this free sample, and what we have here is a model of the Black Series HQ19 off-road caravan. Fine looking thing, and very nicely detailed looking model this. Orlandoo are having a little bit of fun with us here. 4x0, no power trailer. So despite being unpowered, this isn't a static kit. This is designed specifically to be towed around on the trails behind your Orlandoo. So it should withstand a few knocks and bumps and what have you. It should be quite sturdy once it's built. It's a nice looking box. It's heavy. 555 grams when I weighed this earlier. £1 4 ounces in old money. If we put this up against an X01 box, same size, standard size for an Orlandoo kit that way, but we've got a few extra mil, 20 mil or so extra depth, so there's going to be quite a lot of plastic inside this box, quite a lot of detail, plastic and metal. So very nice looking thing indeed. Orlandoo have given this a new series letter N, so we can expect to see more trailers coming from them in the future, and that's no bad thing in my opinion. I love a little bit of trailer reverse in me. It's always adds a bit of fun. So let's get inside and see what we've got. Just wrestle with the box there. So first things first, this little board on top, they told me this was being put in with the sample kits specifically to save them on some postage. This doesn't come with the standard kit. This is a separate item. This is the new D201N remote light board, wireless light board, and we'll talk about that later on, but this doesn't come with the standard kit. So as usual you get a set of stickers, which is nice, instruction manual, typical Orlandoo manual here, all nice and clear. You get everything laid out, all your contents, what you should find inside the box, all the sprues are numbered, and then you get nice clear diagrams showing you how to put it all together. And as usual, I think you've got sub-assemblies that go together that then bolt up one by one. So it's all nicely put together, nice and easy to follow. Looks like there's an awful lot going on here though. It's going to take quite a while to build. You do need glue when you're putting this together. All-purpose adhesive is what they recommend. Something that's waterproof, I should think, is what's needed if this is going outside at all. So your standard sort of CA glue, super glue, isn't really going to cut it. You're likely to make a mess because that stuff sets so quickly. If you need to unpick something, you're in trouble. Something more like I don't know, Unibond or something like that, an all-purpose waterproof adhesive with a slightly slower setting time is going to be better for this. It doesn't need paint, I don't think. We've got some decals in here somewhere, so what have we got here? Well, look at that. I didn't expect that. That's a single piece body shell. Very nice looking. I was disappointed to see the door is moulded in and not an opening door. I was hoping, oh well, I mean it's still going to be possible to cut that out and hinge it, but it'll be nice to see some people doing some interiors on this. I'm sure it's going to be heavy enough without an interior, but even so, we've got a bag full of springs and stub axles, looks like shock pistons there. You can see the suspension arms in red, Some other bits and pieces there. Chassis rails here, steel chassis rails I presume, as normal with Orlandoo. Some tyres, wheels, jockey wheel there with a little spring on it. That looks like it's going to be nice. All metal, foams. I never use the foams, but won't matter too much on a trailer because you're not trying to put power down through these tyres. No idea what, oh, this is jack stands, the rails that go around the bottom. I'm not sure how long they're going to hold up, but we'll see. Base plate for the main caravan. All your transparent pieces for the lights and the windows here, smoked windows, transparent. Looks like some bits for the underside. You've got a tray at the front, I think, which is where your electronics go in. We'll talk about that in a minute. Bag of hardware, tools as usual. That's nice. You get a, looks like the 1mm wrench there for the nuts. It's a little screwdriver, and an awful lot of etched metal already painted. That's interesting. I was expecting to get decals, water slide decals, but it looks like they've done the work for you. This is already finished. Very nice. So presumably they'll apply straight onto the plastic there. So this really is going to be a beast when it's done. This is all really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. So let's get that box out of the way. Let's see what we've got here. This is my first ever unboxing, so you'll have to excuse the amateur manhandling. So that's the fold down steps. There's going to be a bit of careful folding to do there, but it's all pre-scored for you, ready to go. There's your side pieces there, some tiny little bits in there, goodness knows what that is. All good. These are your side panels. It's going to be quite easy to kink these up if you're not careful, so you need to keep those flat and out of the way until you're ready to use them. And then we've got the black metal parts. This is all your checker plate that goes around the bottom of the caravan. Some lovely, lovely grills there. This is real nice stuff. This is yeah, really nice. Very high detail. They're really excelling themselves, Orlandoo, at the moment. They're putting out some really nice stuff. And there again, so that's the roof, and I think the back section, that's going to need folding down. Fantastic stuff. So that's that one. So some parts for the underside. This tray here goes, I think, at the front somewhere, and you've got an awful lot of options for lights on this thing. You can see here the number of different light lenses. Don't know what they are. Extra detail bits. And there's the windows. But yeah, there's a phenomenal amount of lights on this. Christmas is coming, so you don't really need a Christmas tree once you've got this thing built. And because of all those lights, that's where this thing comes in. It's designed to work with the D4L, so this is the D201N wireless light board. Unlike the existing light board with the D4L, this doesn't plug into your receiver. It's got its own receiver on the board, so it will bind to your D4L transmitter and sits inside the trailer, powering all the lights. without any wires between the truck and the trailer. So it's a really nice, clever little piece of kit. It's also got higher output than the standard D4L extension board to power all these little LEDs and things. You don't have to put the LEDs in if you don't want to, but if you want to get this thing lit up, it will power everything you need off this one board. You also need to carry a separate LiPo in the trailer to keep it all powered, and that's what this tray here is for, I believe. We'll be selling these alongside the trailer at Tiny 4x4. I think these are $16 retail, something like that. But well worth the investment. It will only work with the Orlandoo Hunter D4L radio. As far as we're aware, there isn't really any compatibility with any other receivers. It uses FHSS protocol, but other receivers don't seem to bind. So you will need a D4L if you want to use that light board. There will be other ways to power this thing. I'm sure people will be able to come up with alternatives. You don't actually probably need to have all of it lit up. Just the basic backlights would be sufficient, I should think. But you've got all sorts of options on this thing. Where are we? There's a light bar at the front. You've got spotlights down the front here, and then all sorts of orange lights down the side. Goodness knows where they all go, but there's the body, basic shell, pretty sturdy. What have we got? 2mm thick plastic maybe there. That's nice. We've got a base plate. That's the underside. That's the inside. Not much to see there. These are your bump bars that go around the bottom. Got a couple of toe shackles there. Orlandoo Hunter have got new toe shackles out, metal toe shackles, highly detailed ones. We'll have those in stock very soon too, if you want to upgrade. And then the jack stands. Don't know where that piece goes, long piece there. Pivot pins, I'd guess, for the trailing arms, and a couple of nice, oh they are nice, little rubber mud flaps and some tiny little O-rings, so I better be careful going in here. They want to disappear. Let's see if I can get one of these out. I don't know if you can see that. Not sure my camera's up to it. It says Black Series on there anyway, you'll have to take my word for it, and it's lovely soft rubber. So I've got the part when they're on the back there. What else have we got here? Making a right old mess. Let's get some of this out of the way. So in this bag foams, right, wheels, nice, what are they, 8 spokes, no, 7 spokes, 7 spoke wheels, split spoke, quite fine looking, and these tyres. Let's have a look at these. So, I don't know if you can see that. Nice and squishy, pretty soft. Reasonable open tread. Be interesting to see how they perform under power. I'm sure people will be swapping them onto their trucks soon enough. And the jockey wheel, that's a nice little feature right there. So you've got a machined little wheel, and then the cylinder, piston and a spring, a couple of O-rings, not sure what they're going to do, and that looks like a retaining grub screw to go in the top. Fantastic. Some other random bits of plastic, don't know what they do. And then this one, I've got two in one there. We've got preformed, enormously long chassis rails. That's huge. Steel as always with Orlandoo, steel chassis rails. So this thing's going to be pretty tough once it's all together. It's over there. What else have we got in here? The good part. So suspension arms, axle ends, and then these are shock parts. These are the spring cups, little retaining pin on the one side of them to keep the spring in place, and then yeah, two of those by the look of it. That one's the same. That's going to be nice to go together. Don't know what all that is. Bits and pieces. And then these look like some exterior details. Little covers and bits and pieces to go on the outside. And perhaps actually they're the pivot pins for the suspension by the look of it. And yeah, a whole load of teeny tiny little circlips. These appeared on the MAS metal independent front suspension and transmission for the PO2 sorry, Tundra kit, the upgrade part, and they are fun trying to get them on and off. It is possible, but it's fun. And then in here, what else have we got? Oh, bearings. So yeah, bearings, stub axles and springs. And your usual bag of hardware, screwdriver. Always nice that they provide these for you. Tiny little wrench for your nuts there. Oh, and an open wrench as well, and an Allen key. Some double-sided tape. And what have we got here? 1004, it's new. 1mm x 4 machine screws. 12010 machine screws. Those tiny little nuts that you're going to use that with. 1203, so 1.2 by 3mm self tappers. 1003, these are all familiar. 1mm self tap, sorry, 3mm by 1 self tappers. 11002, so they look like machine screws. So you've got some new hardware happening here. 1505s, 1204s, and your wheel nuts. So there's some nice new bits and pieces. Camera ran out of juice there, so sorry about that. So all in all, I've made a great mess on my table here, and we've got a really nice looking kit. This is going to be some fun to put together and some fun to play with. So thank you, Orlandoo. These will be in stock at Tiny 4x4 in the next week or so, and it's going to be interesting to see what people can do with this. It really is. So thank you for watching, and see you again.